Good Friday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. A couple of minutes late again today. The National Weather Service has continued to move the goalpost in terms of these wind advisories and high wind warnings. Let me show you what I'm talking about. They've expanded into the foothills. What? Yeah, I'm talking about the foothills. I have to almost put, like, you could divide the county in half. Take Blount County or Monroe County. You got winds gusting to 65 in northern Blount County, and then maybe more like up to 90 in the higher terrain of southern Blount County. It's just the way it goes. It's elevation based, and it's what's maybe holding me up to update graphically so you could see what is going on. So the winds of 90 are not expected in Maryville. If I just posted the same map, you would have said, what? No, 90 for Maryville. No. Gusts up to 65 for Maryville. But places like Clingman's Dome and Sevier County, Newfound Gap, they could have gusts up to 90 miles an hour. So that hasn't changed. And you'll notice it's not that windy right now if you've been outside. Maybe you went out to take the dog outside. This doesn't really start till 7 a.m. today and runs till 7 a.m. Saturday. But again, it will likely last maybe a little bit less time for those in the foothills. And specifically, the foothills will have lesser winds, but it still will be enough to call it a warning. Does that make any sense? So at least from the high terrain, we're talking about the Smokies themselves, those times have not changed. It's 7 a.m. today to 7 a.m. Saturday, but places like maybe Maryville, technically until 7 o'clock this evening. So that's a big difference, right? 12 hours. So the expiration time for this high wind warning for Maryville will end at 7 p.m. tonight. And the wind advisories, in conjunction with the high wind warning, you see what I mean? You do like a scorecard. You need a scorecard. And that's why if you have the Captain Accurate Weather, you can get the information I'm getting right here. It's very easy, but as things change, and they do with these types of systems, you need to be advised when's the start time, the stop time. So the goalpost is what I was talking about, the expiration time. But the newly issued high wind warning for all of Monroe County and Blount County, for example, have divided the counties in half, essentially, for higher terrain. Gusts of 55 for Crossville still on the table, and all this begins at 7 a.m. today. Those run until 7 a.m. Tomorrow. So a lot of wind even tonight. Now, as we look at the radar, we don't see a whole lot of rain, little speck of rain here or there in near Madisonville. A couple of showers perhaps moving now through parts of Cumberland County north of Crossville. But the ultimate Doppler radar presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa, the best express car wash and vacuum in East Tennessee. Check them out at tidalwaveautospa.com. I expected a low this morning of 30. And last I checked, we've already hit 30. Our 30-degree temperature, if I'm not mistaken, came, actually dropped to 28 at 3:37 this morning. It's not 27 right now, or 28. It's not 28, I should say, now in Knoxville. It's 33. It's 45 in Oneida and 44 in Crossville. So some pretty interesting numbers. They do vary quite a bit. But we have come up 5 degrees in Knoxville since 3:30 this morning, because we're now at 33, while Athens is at 43. So like I said, you'll need a scorecard. Hopefully you'll download my free app. By the way, the wind speeds, not a factor right now. And so if you're out the door and you think, they really blew it here, they said it was going to be windy, it's not that windy. Give it time, my friend. I said yesterday during my last night video, I said it's going to start around 10 a.m. for Knoxville proper. A lot sooner for Crossville, mind you. But if you're in Knoxville, Knox County, or any county that touches Knox County, you're going to be around 10 a.m. and really start unfolding those winds before midday. And that's what I expect. We'll see the rain pick up, too, late morning and into the afternoon. Some of those showers could turn into thunderstorms, and some of those could be on the severe side. I want to say good morning to you. Kind of a crazy day ahead of us. But if we hadn't had one like it just a couple of days ago, I guess we'd need to be reminded. But this is like it's all deja vu all over again, right? So I'm laughing at the famous quote from our famous baseball coach. But let me show you. If you're on the call, love to see what you're seeing. If you have a comment, I see Danny. He says, good morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stay warm and don't get blown away. Go Vols. Thank you, Danny. Pete says, good morning, Captain. Tim says hello. And freezing rain, sleet when I left 10 Mile. At 6 a.m. It was 28 degrees. That's not good. That's not good, but thank you for that update. I appreciate that, Tim. Michelle Green-Hubbard, one of my premium members on Facebook, saying good morning. And I got a good morning from Mary Morgan. I'm also on YouTube. I'd like to give my shout out to my YouTube watchers. I see John, Han Solo Rider. I like Star Wars. Good morning. I hope your lawn furniture is tied down today. Yeah, exactly. Or if you're really late like I was last weekend, took down the Christmas decorations, make sure they're secure. Hallie Gibson says, good morning, David. Bring on the snow. She's excited about the snow. although today will be the rain. And of course, Tim's talking about some freezing sleet there, freezing rain, sleet. Happy Friday from Marilyn Bell. She says, keep both hands on the wheel today. I couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. But this is our current situation. The winds have already picked up just from the coloring in the high terrain of the Smokies. Look at the Smokies. They've got winds now. So if I said there's no wind in Morristown or Knoxville, or very light wind, that would be true. But it'll pick up in the valley, especially by 10 o'clock to noon today. So between 10 and noon is when I expect that. And we'll show you that graphically. Wind speeds made the wind chill down to feel like 30. 30 degrees is how it feels. And it is, by the way, 6:49 this morning. I got about a 4-minute late start. Now, there was the potential for some patches of freezing fog this morning. But in the case with Tim, it wasn't so much fog as it was freezing rain, sleet, a little mist, and 28 degrees. That could cause a little bit of icing on windshields. But visibility not showing up all that bad at this time. If you have a different report, let me know. I think all of us would like to see that in the comment section. But isn't it interesting when you see this map and you see a 9 next to Knoxville? We have currently a 3-mile-an-hour sustained wind, but the modeling by 7:45 says maybe a gust of 9. Maybe generous, right? Maybe 9. But let's get to the next hour. By 8 o'clock, it moves up to about 10. Okay. See a little donut hole? The winds haven't really gotten active. They have in Huntsville, no doubt. It has in Nashville, no doubt, by 8 o'clock this morning. But by the time we get to about 8:39, now we're still gusting maybe as much as 17. I think by the time we hit 10, it's game on Knoxville. Those winds that you see in Nashville will start to work their way here after 10 a.m. And then you'll say, oh, okay, well, I'm glad they had the high wind warning for some areas in Blount County. All areas in Blount County now under a high wind warning. Now, I'd love to show you this because I know you're mature enough to handle it. This is all fantasy, these numbers, until it's not. And people quiz me all the time. What does that mean? It makes no sense. Makes perfect sense. This is the model trying to figure out the weather today, right? It could be spot on or it could be off a few miles an hour. That's possible. But I can at least show you the raw data, right? It goes from 46 to 56. You say, wait a minute, I thought it was supposed to only be 55. In Knoxville, that's possible. But if Maryville's already expected to be 65, these numbers are really kind of interesting. 70 there. Well, what time is that? That's 2 o'clock. Perhaps, along with the thunderstorms coming into town, that we could have some winds that are stronger than 55 in Knoxville. So just be mindful that this storm system, much like the one we had a couple of days ago, means business. So make sure your trash cans are secure, make sure that your phone is charged, and lastly, and probably most importantly, check on your neighbors. If they lose power, you might lose power. You all can huddle together, take care of each other. That's what we're supposed to do, right? That's what we do in East Tennessee, take care of each other. With these types of winds, they're almost like hurricane force winds. Certainly at 90 miles an hour in the Smokies, that could be really damaging to trees and power and all the rest. By 3:30, this is how it depicts our situation. Shows 35 gusts in Chattanooga, but 64 in Knoxville. Now we'll wait to see if this verifies, and I do think, there's no doubt, those winds are present about 5,000 feet up, and all it takes is a 3 to 5 second mile an hour gust just to come down, oh, I took out my power. It's terrible. And I do know it's terrible. We had power outages just the other day. So it is still possible. 52 mile an hour winds. And you'll notice by the time we get in the overnight period, it's not like calm. We still have the potential for gusts 45 to 50 after midnight tonight. No way. Yes, way, Ted. Yes, I'm thinking of the Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. But it's not an excellent adventure when you look at these wind speeds overnight tonight. There's still going to be gusting, I think, 45 to 50. And then tomorrow, there'll be sustained 10 to 20 with gusts closer to 30. So even Saturday, it's still quite breezy. It just won't be as bad as it is today. I've spent a lot of time on the winds, but I do want to get back to the radar for a second. I mentioned my sponsor, Tidal Wave Auto Spa. It's like getting 2 car washes for the price of 1. And you may want a car wash after today, all the wind and rain. Look at the snow. Still coming down in Chicagoland and Omaha, Nebraska. Did you know it's still snowing in Iowa? All the news attention in Iowa, they're still getting lots of snow in the state and moving into places like Nebraska and southern Wisconsin. Now, for the thunderstorms, you can see there's already, 3,000, 4,000, 4,100 strikes just from this image alone. So there's a lot of convection, a lot of thunderstorms headed in this direction, That means any one of these storms may be strong to severe. We're going to watch that very, very closely. I'm watching YouTube. I want to say thanks to John, Haley, Marilyn Bell, and I see Felicia Crafty Adventures. She said good morning. She's on my YouTube channel. Thank you, Felicia, for being here. And on Facebook, if you have a comment, Dennis Hatcher says good morning. We have 29 degrees with some frost here in Dandridge. So temperatures did get closer to 30 for you as well. You're 29. Kelly says good morning from Crossville. Thank you, Kelly. You're probably a lot milder than we are at this point with those temperatures. And Steve says, isn't this unusual to have high winds this time of year? It really isn't. When you think about it, we usually have a second severe weather season in November and December, and we didn't really have much of one. There was some. But when you have these strange, rapid southern sliders, you're going to bring a very strong weather pattern, wind pattern coming into East Tennessee. It's kind of like you can have a tornado any time of the year if the conditions are right. So if the conditions are favorable, you can get that kind of crazy weather. But this is certainly a wind concern, not just for Tennessee and Brown, but for Texas, Oklahoma, concerns for tornadoes in parts of Alabama and Mississippi, maybe Mississippi there, and northern parts of Louisiana. I got a lot to cover here, but our temperatures right now still 33. Our low is 28, and our wind chill right now is at 30 because we don't have much of a wind, but it's 44 in Crossville. So it's 11 degrees warmer where Kelly is right now. Carrie says good morning. Tyler Wiseman says good morning from Tellico Plains. Great to see you, Tyler. Taking a note of him over here. And then Linda Rice is saying, good morning, David. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Linda. And I forgot, it is Friday. It is the weekend. We got a lot to look forward to with the holiday weekend, too. Kids are going to be off. Many of the kids, obviously, Knox County is closed today because of the winds. So that makes it not a 3-day weekend, but a 4-day weekend. I still think we can have a 5-day weekend if we get enough snow on Monday into Tuesday. And I say if because I'm not the decision maker, right? I can forecast the snow, but I can't tell you if the referee, the superintendents, are going to pull the trigger and say, okay, 2-hour delay or school's on. So it's all depending on the decision makers that make those calls. I'm not that person, but they can consult me if they want to ask me what I think. I'll always help you out as best I can. And I would encourage you to join us on our Captain Accurate Premium Service. Temperature right now is 6 degrees warmer now than we were this time yesterday, and 10 degrees warmer in Wartburg, in the heart of Morgan County, compared to yesterday. These are the current readings, and look at the winds all swimming up from Mississippi into Memphis. They're at 59 degrees. You know what? That's my expected high today. What? Yeah, look over here. 59 right now in Memphis, I think will be here later today. So if we just cut and paste, you can't do that on some scissors, cut and paste. You do it all the time with your Microsoft Word, I'm sure. Just cut and paste. We're going to put 59 right over here. That's where I think we'll be. Those winds will push us up to near 60 degrees today, and they were 60 yesterday in Chattanooga. The clouds are not all together gathered. They're going to increase this morning. You very well may see some sunlight, lots of sunlight to start the day, but then the winds will pick up, I think, after 10 a.m. Temperatures right now, I mentioned 33 in Knoxville. I guess I had a couple of temperature maps. I wanted to make sure we covered the temperature. But here's the bigger picture with both the clouds and the storms. The clouds and radar shows that storminess in already Middle Tennessee and sliding into West Tennessee. So today I'm expecting 59 to near 60 for Newport, 55 for Kingston, Rockwood, and Harriman, and 56 for La Follette. It is 6:57. Let's get you out the door. In fact, we'll skip out the door because I'll tell you what, I didn't even get time to do the sunrise sunset time. But I can tell you because I took good notes. The sun does come up at 7:46 and will be setting at 5:42. So I'm off by 1 minute. This should be 5:42. But it will get stormier, windier, and all the rest as we head into your Friday afternoon. My headlines are updated. Windy storms today. They develop. They're not the first thing you feel this morning, but they will by late morning. Chilly sunshine on Saturday, still breezy, gusts about 30, but sustained 10 to 20 tomorrow. And then colder sunshine on Sunday. We're looking at about winds on Sunday, about 5 to 15, which seems pretty calm. But it's not technically calm, but it'll be nice and bright. Now, as far as the rainfall, how much rain can we expect today? It's probably closer to a 1/4 inch on average. It's not going to impress you as far as the amounts. Most of these storms will be quick moving in and out. What's this, about 1/4 inch? Yeah, 0.22 now. It was a little less. I think it was 0.12 last night. So again, these models are still trying to discern the situation. And many of us may pick up maybe a little bit more to the far west. Now, some of you are going to love this. Some of you will love the fact, let me see what kind of snow do you think we might get. I can show you what the data shows, but until we get closer, we have to be within 3 days, right, for a confidence to increase. And since today is the start of Friday, we'll count Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm still on the Sunday time frame, right? I'm not convinced we're getting buried or getting much. We'll have to wait and see on Monday, Tuesday. My premium members know where I think we're leaning, and I could show you what the data shows as we can just kind of advance through this map. You say, well, that takes us through Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. They're not much, right? A few flurries may develop late tonight. But then it tries to put some crazy snow amounts coming into Knoxville. Oh, no, that can't be right. That's got to be as goofy as your wind gusts. Well, maybe. It's all fantasy until it's not, right? It's all fantasy until it's not. Maybe there are 10 inches of snow before the 28th of January. Maybe it's spaced out over a couple of weeks. It's still possible because last I checked, today is the 12th, right? The 12th of January. There's still a lot of winter, y'all, still to play out. So just take note. It's not over until it's over. Here are the winds aloft. 5,000-foot temperatures just blowing into town and just kind of taking down trees, I'm sure, with ease by the time we get to the heart of this afternoon. Now, as far as tonight and to Saturday, the cold air wraps around. We're talking about single-digit temperatures, not wind chills, single-digit temperatures on Wednesday morning, and that is the 17th. So that's when we're bound to about 9 degrees is what I expect to find on, say, Wednesday morning of next week. So it's after the holiday, and this cold air just lingers like so. There's the 19th. If you're looking for spring, I think it's even cold in northern Florida. Even Floridians will say, I need a sweater. It's 59. Yeah, we'll be 59 today, but I'm sure let them have sweaters in Florida because it's going to be frozen orange juice in Tallahassee and Jacksonville, just like us, heading into the next couple of weeks. There will be periods of time where they say, please make it stop. And then maybe you get a little warm up, and then it comes back around as we head into February. So this is a pattern I hope that you're ready for. Right now, at 7 o'clock, I'm a few minutes late, and we'll continue. We've got an east wind at 6. There's hardly any wind, but 29 is our 7 o'clock temperature. I love that. We've updated here. Wind chill is 23. So we have a wind chill of 23. It's actually 29 and no wind gust. You'll long for the day. You say, we had wind gusts all day. No, you didn't remember 7 o'clock. Didn't have much of a wind gust, 7 a.m. And this is when the wind advisory begins, right? But there's not much wind yet in Knoxville proper. Windy today. It'll develop. Strong storms develop. 80% chance of rain. Expect to get up to about 59 today. I know I went a little bit long, getting to the other part of the forecast, and then we'll be wrapping up. Jimmy Long says the high winds just kicked up in South Blount County. Thank you, Jimmy, for that update. Pete says the snow dragon will be ready to plow it if necessary. And Darcy says that data looks crazy. It does. Mary says, love the description. It's all fantasy until it's not. These are models, right? When you're trying to compare what's going to happen this week or a year from now, they're doing their very best. It's trying to figure out a problem. Doesn't mean it always gets it right. And most scientists know that they've got to figure out there's a hypothesis. You figure out and then you make adjustments. And these models make adjustments every couple of hours because they get rerun each consecutive time, multiple times a day. So we get new data all the time. So my expectation, yours truly, is to take us to near 60 today. Normal high is 48 degrees. Precipitation chances I have at least 80% once this thing kicks in, and a 40% chance Monday, Tuesday. I have a 60% though Monday night, which again could lead to a 5-day weekend if you count today's wind excusal for school. It could be a 5-day weekend for kiddos. And I mentioned 4 days when I say I didn't think they'd cancel school for today before the wind started, but it's a good precautionary tale. Not have school today in Knox County, but we'll see what happens next week. As far as the Storm Prediction Center, they have potential tornadoes in some of those orange and yellow areas, particularly Tupelo. As you can see, this is their map. Scattered severe storms in yellow that would include Atlanta and Charlotte, Memphis as well. But Tupelo, Columbus, and Greenville, Mississippi may be the heart of where the nastiest storms develop today. It's kind of a story of the haves and have-nots. Morristown, Newport, I don't expect severe weather for you. And neither does the Storm Prediction Center in this regard because they put the best chance for severe weather, isolated as it may be, in dark green. And so that would be Maryville, Knoxville, La Follette, Wartburg, Madisonville, as well as Cookeville and Crossville. No severe weather on the map tomorrow. Maybe some thunderstorms of the general variety in South Florida on Saturday. And the map looks pretty quiet, you have to admit, on Sunday. No severe weather expected anywhere in the lower 48 Sunday. So futurecast, let's take a look. Why would the winds kick in at 10 o'clock? Because look where the warm front is. Right there on the heart of Knox County. So while they're already busy in the Smokies, and they're already busy, as Jimmy Long mentioned, out there in southern Blount County, you're beginning to see winds on the maps by 10 o'clock. It's once that warm front comes by, then the winds are going to kick in, and then it's just off and running. Look at those red arrows. You have to squint, but they're there, and they really come in out of the southeast, and they'll change to the southwest today. So that front comes in, produces maybe some not only damaging wind, but isolated severe storms, and then the rain may change over to a few flakes, he says, later tonight. The wraparound, right? There's a few flakes there, maybe in the plateau from Wartburg to Crossville. A few sightings may be found, but it's pretty slim. I don't expect anything from this system of any consequence or significance. Clearly it moves on, and then we have sun-filled skies tomorrow. Winds 10 to 20, gusting to 30 Saturday. Then on Sunday, wind speeds 5 to 15. So I don't think we're not going to get this is the calmest it's going to be this morning at 7, because we have a 6-mile-an-hour wind. It's about the calmest it's going to be for the next couple of days. And then some snow comes in on Monday. This is MLK Junior Day, and you can see Nashville, a couple of snow showers. So like I said, does it all go up to Kentucky, or does it all pass by to the south? We'll have to wait and see. But that's about as far as I think we'll take this map at this point. We'll see how this plays out. Futurecast talking about the temperatures climbing up to the upper 50s. We got rain filling in. This is what it may look like for you by noontime. You may be waiting for rain in Newport at noon, but it's already coming down in buckets in Crossville and in Cumberland County. Then the thunderstorms in red roll into town by 2:30, 3:30. It's all the way up to Jonesville, Morristown, and Kingston. And then 4 o'clock it moves on its way like so. 5 o'clock. The drive home, the worst of the rain is over, but the winds are still nasty. And then there's a few snowflakes, little drops of a mix, maybe drops to flakes. Our temperatures are still in the 40s. Some areas in Jamestown are already in the 30s, so they may see a little bit of a snow shower or two. But don't expect much as far as the winter weather tonight. The winds will still be busy. Should gust tonight, still 45 to 50. Low temperatures tonight should be around 27 degrees. So at least tomorrow, the sun will be out in full force. If you liked it yesterday, you'll love the way tomorrow looks. But tomorrow will be lucky to reach 43. And then we talk about some maybe scattered clouds Saturday night. So for today, 59 windy, increasing clouds. Storms develop. I technically think our winds are southeast to southwest, but in the interest of spacing, I just kept it as an S, south. 15 to 35, easily gusting 50 to 55 plus, higher terrain, much higher. Today, 57 for Morristown, 52 for Wartburg, and 51 for Crossville for high temperature. Now, they may find an early high in Memphis of 57 once the sun's up for them, and obviously it's coming up from the east, sets to the west. So they're at 59 right now. They're at the highest point they're going to be all day. Traveling today, obviously, is going to be difficult with those strong winds today. Evening storms tonight will fade. Windy, stays windy, and a few flakes may develop. And again, winds 15 to 25 sustained out of the southwest, gusts 45 to 50. Tonight we're down to 26 in Oak Ridge, Clinton, 27 Maryville, Alcoa, 27 for Newport, 23 for Oneida in the heart of Scott County. So they may find a very cold night tonight. So here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast. Started a few minutes late. I'm ending a few minutes late, but hopefully this information is helpful. 43 on Saturday. 38 on Sunday, and then of course the holiday, federal holiday, banks and post offices are closed on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but high of only 33. And if we see any snow that might accumulate, we'll be watching Monday night and into Tuesday as well. But Tuesday, 29. If we have a snow cover, it could be colder than 9. But I got a very frigid start to Wednesday, and really how much snow could be on the ground could affect how high it gets on Wednesday. I have us at 26. Conventional thinking would say, well, Wednesday's probably around 32. Maybe, but if there's snow on the ground, probably won't get out of the 20s. So it's all contingent, right? It's like dominoes. You have to wait for all to kind of line up. If you're on the call, just want to say thank you for sticking with me here at 7:07. Karen says, good morning, David. Thank you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Priscilla says, I got to be somewhere Monday morning at 6. Please tell me it ain't going to be snowed in. I don't think we just showed a picture of 7 a.m. Monday. I think you'll be fine. Even if it were flurries, you'll be okay. She says, I have to keep the appointment. Dawn Rumsey says, good morning, David. She says she's glad to see me. No, I'm always glad to see you. She's one of my premium members. So if you'd like to join, love to have you join us. One of the benefits, especially this time of year, is you're the first. You're the first to see my snow forecast. And if that's important to you, either as a school teacher, a school administrator, it's only $4.99 a month. You can cancel anytime, and that factors in about to 16 stars a day or 16 cents a day. Same thing, right, on Facebook? But the URL can be found. You can hit the subscribe button on my Facebook page. That's the easiest way. Or just simply go to CaptainAccurate.com. It's like getting 2 streams of information on the same Facebook page, but would love to have you on there. And I also have a 15-minute video where I explain all the variables I thought would play out for this upcoming winter. And technically, in my view, winter is just getting started. So, oh, it's past Christmas. Okay. But because it's a leap year, we have an extra day, right, December 29th. So meteorological winter is 1 day longer than last year. But there's a lot of other factors we talk about in the video. We'd love to have you join us, and that's one of the benefits of being a premium member. Well, my name is David Aldrich. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.